The White House making more excuses for their failure on the baby formula shortage. As parents across America struggle to feed their infants, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is taking the don't blame us route.
The administration acted from day one after the recall, taking steps like creating more flexibility for the WIC program to help rebalance the availability of formula in the states. The government does not make baby formula, nor should it. Companies make formula. And one of those companies, a company which, by the way, seems to have 40% market share, messed up and is unable to confirm that a major plant, is safe and free of contamination.
And the administration contradicting what Biden just said about when the White House first learned of the problem.
If we'd been better mind readers, I guess we could have, but we moved as quickly as the problem became apparent to us.
And FDA has kept me apprised of this from last year. We have been moving as quickly as we can.
We have been working on this since we learned about this back in February. It's important to remember this shortage exists because Abbott closed the facility, because of safety concerns from the FDA.
Okay, so the shutdown is a real thing, but they knew about the shutdown months ago, so then why didn't they do anything until Americans started wanting to put Javier Becerra's face on the milk carton? Where's he been? He's like in witness protection. He's like the only cabinet secretary you never ever see.
Right.
And he does have a responsibility here. And for President Biden to so snottily say, well, if we were mind readers, that is so insulting, because if the administration for once would say, we have to do better on this, and we're on top of it, and we're going to get this agreement done. This consent decree is going to get done. In the meantime, I told the FDA, fix the regulatory thing, get that formula from Europe, get it from Canada. Moms, I hear you. I'm with. There's none of that. There's only blaming Republicans for not fighting against big oil. That is so insulting to the folks there. And I think that when Pete Buttigieg says we're acting since day one, it means that they've actually completely and totally failed. And I do not believe the people who said, oh my gosh, he's so well spoken. He was so, oh wow, he did such a great job in the Sunday shows. He speaks a lot better than someone else we're going to talk about later in this show.
Yeah.
But he said nothing, and they've offered nothing to them. And I think that this is an absolutely atrocious thing. This is the one thing they could have gotten right.
You know, it is kind of disturbing, Jesse. Here's Mayor Pete, right? This is his wheelhouse. And he was a young dad on paternity leave. Yep. He should have, and he doesn't lactate, as far as we know. He doesn't. So he's in government. Shouldn't he have been on top of this? I mean, it's almost kind of like he should have known this.
Mayor Pete can't get baby formula in Joe Biden's America.
Yes. Thank you.
Mayor Pete is not even blaming Joe Biden. It's so stupid. Pete says the government doesn't make baby formula. The government doesn't make anything. When has that ever stopped the government from getting involved in everything? Geraldo.
Yes, Jesse.
The FDA has to do regulation and oversight. What do the Democrats constantly whine about? More regulation, more government oversight. The one opportunity they had to go in there and do regulation and oversight, they absolutely blew it.
Yep.
Now, this isn't like, oh, there was an outage at the salad fork factory. Okay, you know what? Maybe the FDA doesn't. No, this is baby formula,
The FDA
Geraldo.
moves at a glacial pace under the Trump administration during the vaccine.
FDA was not glacial. They warp speeded the vaccine, Geraldo.
Relatively speaking, but it was a glacial pace.
Okay, so what took
waiting if
5 months to get their butts in gear? What took them 5 months, Geraldo? No one can answer the question.
I am not defending them. I am merely saying that to ignore the structure of the baby formula industry is to do a disservice to the audience.
Why doesn't your man Biden drop the import regulation?
That's a good question.
All right, so you don't know either.
That's a good question.
Basically, if this had happened under Trump, it would have been, Trump was separating families, and now he's starving families.
Import it.
No, you know what? Look, the CDC made a decision that there was nothing in that plant that contaminated the baby formula. And they made that decision a while ago. So this is just a lot of fake garbage on their part. Not the CDC, but Biden and the other one saying, we just heard about it.
We definitely don't have strong opinions on this.